Hello, hello, hello. We're back for another episode, another catch-up episode of 100 Days of Tags. The group is on page 51 or day 51. I'm way back here still. Today we'll do 42, a waterfall tag, 43, an envelope tag, and 44, a hidden paperclip tag. So I did have to do some alterations because again I've got to make things fit in the book that I created. Let's do some trimming here. I cut these down before I trimmed them without thinking. So I got to take care of that. Two and a half ish. So these, I want to cut these down to 2. Two and a quarter. Right. Okay, these are going to go back into my red bucket. So those are there. This I need to trim down. I'm going to do 2 3/4. And then this one. This can go in my scrap box. And then this I'm going to trim just a smidge off the end. Like maybe start with a 1/4 inch. Okay. Let's see. Could have been a little wider, but that's okay. And then my envelope is too wide. It is the exact width of my pages. So I need to trim this, make it a little more narrow. So what I did first was I cut the edges down here. And I'm just going to cut that off. Let's get this out of the way here. I'm going to cut this along this fold line. And then I folded this I'm going to fold this down further to make that a little more narrow. So just doing some prep work on this before we just get to decorating. Definitely going to put some glue down. Don't trust those peel-in sticks on envelopes. So, okay, we're going to set those to the side. First thing we're going to do is work on is our waterfall tag. So I'm going to make my corners here. And this is just going to tell me where my top waterfall tag needs to go. And I need to make some hinges. Let's see, what paper do I have up here that's not like super crumbly? This could be fun because it'll be clear. So this is just, it's the little paper that went in between rub-ons. So it's kind of, it feels like, it's like about the thickness of tracing paper, but it's got a coating on it. So it's like, almost like, feels like wax paper, but it's not. They're not quite square, but just about. So we're going to cut these down to the width of my little flappies. Now these are little arty thingies that I created a long time ago. They're the edges on scrapbooking paper. I'm not scrapbooking, like the construction type photo books. And I backed them on, well, I painted them first and then backed them. But I just did Louisa Heinzel's splatter paint technique. Stick it in a box and splatter the daylights out of it. Now you could miter your edges here if you want. I'm not going to worry about it. So I'm going to start by gluing down my hinges. So if you're interested in the splatter technique, let me know in the comments below and I can link Louisa's video on it. Now when you're doing a waterfall, you can hinge it from the inside or the outside. In fact, if you watch Cindy A. Lewis's and Black Whisper Crafts, aka Bex, if you watch their videos on the waterfall, they both did it differently. Cindy A. Lewis, she did hers from underneath, and Bex did hers from above. Now what I recommend you do is do your top and your bottom first, and then you can center your middle one in between. Because if you do your top and your bottom first, then you at least have a visual reference for placing that middle one. slide. Lift it up, give it a, because it is a waxy paper, it's not grabbing quite as quickly as Fabri-Tac usually does. Okay, and then this one's going to be my top one. And again, I want it to be even-ish with where my tag angles. And lined up with the bottom one. Lift up, give you a squish down, wipe up any excess glue. That one glued a little better than this first one did, but not by much. Get rid of any excess glue in here. And now you can see a little better where to put this middle one. So put some glue down. And this way you can kind of space out and line up. And try not to bump yourself. Hole punch. So I'm looking at this going, yep, everything went left. I mean, everything went right. Centered. It's still not dry yet, so struggling. So to decorate these, I've got some of this paper. I brought down my stamps, and I have this little folio. I don't know what to call it. It's my old storage system for my ephemera. Turn that off so I don't accidentally turn the video off. Okay, I just got to figure out. So I got small ones, I've got bigger ones. Definitely too big to go there. I mean, not too big for the top one, but let's work on this bottom one first. Okay, and then I do still have my Stampin' Up! Ground espresso out, so might as well use it, right? I mean, my walnut stain is out too, but just give some edge to this. I'll do a little. Oh, okay, I gotta turn my heater down. Go down a notch. It was on two, so I moved it down to one. think that blends in too much. So let's take some music page. I don't need very much for this bottom pocket. It's very little. Just to kind of help this stand out a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna go like that. I cannot pick anything up today for some reason. It's actually taken me a little longer to get in here and record this for that very reason. Whatever is going on. Having some difficulty with my hands today. Put that down there. Give me. No. Bring some green in, maybe? There you go. I'm not going to ink these because they're nice and old on their own. I just feel like I want something right there. And then I'm like, where'd it go? Get my folio back out. See, I've got big ones. I like to kind of tie the music in now. It's too big. Too big. Mushrooms. Eh. Feathers. Yeah. Got a little bluebird on it. So a couple things that I'm looking for is, because this one goes this way, I kind of want one that goes this way. I'd like to have it with some green on it. And I would like to have some with music on it. Think I can find all three? That's too tall. So this was the original one I found. And then I do have this one as well with a bird cage. Yeah, I like that one. These are a digital kit I printed out a long time ago. I'm not sure who they are. If I had to venture a guess, I would say Tina, Shabby Dabby Doodah. Because she was like one of the first people that I purchased digitals from on Etsy. But no guarantees. Okay. And then here, let's do a little piece of cheesecloth behind it. Okay. Drop this in behind it, or in front of it, I should say. I forget which way this tag goes in. It is a slide in from the side. So again, I'm not going to put a frilly on it. The hole is there, not centered. I can see that now. It's okay. But here's your waterfall. You got a writing surface. You can do a little bit of writing between the top and where that clear paper is. You may be able to write on that. I'm not sure. Flip and it glued itself to the paper. Let's try that again. It glued itself to this. So when I went to lift it, it came off instead. Let's get that extra glue out of there. Give this a good burnish down this time. Okay. Didn't really burnish these when I glued them down the first time. I just kind of laid them and left them. So let's go ahead and do some burnishing here while everything's still drying. Okay. So there's your waterfall. It goes up, up, and up. Oh my goodness. Okay, I guess this paper was not a good idea. Because it is not wanting to hold. Let's come up there. It's alright. It's going to be in my book, and once it goes in the book, it's not like I'm going to be messing with it. So, but lesson learned. I know for future that paper is not good for creating hinges. Good to know. just released itself from the tag. Seriously? Okay. Definitely don't use this paper for hinges in the future. It's not even wanting to stick. We're going to leave that bead over there and put this on top of it, let it weigh it down. Alright, so back to this. This is the envelope. Creating a tag with an envelope. So it is the height of my book, so I could just do it like this. Snip, snip, make a tag. But I'm going to make a little pocket on it using the envelope. And this is something I do with my long envelopes a lot. If you're watching my Saturday series, using your junk mail envelopes for junk to make items for your junk journal, you may have seen it already. Okay. Just want to get this open up a little bit, get some glue in there since I did cut those corners. Come on. There we go. Ah! Okay. Fabri-Tac is doing what Fabri-Tac does, which is ooze and goo everywhere when it's low. I don't know why it does that. Most of the creators that I watched question it. They wonder why it does it too. None of us have an answer. So I'm just going to ink around first. Okay, this piece is going to fold up into a little pocket. I am going to be covering this, but just want to get some ink on the edges. Ink on the crease. Just realized the music stopped. Guys, how long has the music been off? Or did I just never turn it on? Maybe I never turned it on. I don't know. Okay, so I got the music page down, so I'm going to go ahead and use it. I don't have to cover all the way down because this pocket's going to come up like, you know, and cover some of that anyway. But I do want it to be, I want it to cover my top up here. So I'm going to go most of the way down. Go a little above it, and I'll trim it down. Well, that was a horrible tearing. This little corner down here is going to be exposed, but I think I have a solution for that. Okay, just trim, 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 trim. And again, I'm just trying to use what I already have on my desk. So we're going to use some of this paper. To cover this front pocket. Now you got to make a decision here. You can trim this edge off and make it a double pocket, or you can leave it sealed and it'll just be a single pocket. Now I usually will want to create the most number of pockets possible, and if you use them, you use them. If you don't, you don't. You know, no harm, no foul. If you don't use the second pocket, you know, it doesn't affect the integrity at all of your piece. So I'm going to bring it down over this fold toward the back. So we're going to bring it over as far as I can, because again, I don't want to not cover. I don't want to not cover my envelope. So flip it around, give it a trim. Now, if you chose to trim this out and make it two pockets, I do recommend that you do some sort of a notch. Come on. Oh, so on this one, because I shortened the envelope, I don't have a pocket here because it's glued all the way down. So we're going to go ahead and glue this back up. But if you do have the second pocket here, I do recommend that you do a thumb notch or something in the front to denote that there's two pockets. You know, and you would just do the thumb notch in this front lip, and then you'd have your back lip still. Let's see, what do I have over here? Birds. Furniture, people. Yes, I have an envelope of furniture. It's because I got a really cool book. And I was able to, you know, to cut out pieces of old-timey furniture out of it. That would work for what I was thinking. I'm going to start with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split this in half right here. Give the edges a little help, covering up the extra, covering up the white. And that's just a, you know, when you're cutting, you can't always get super close to your image, so sometimes you leave a little white in places. So you just grab your dauber and you cover. Pretend it never happened. Alright, so I'm going to glue this part on first. Get my glue to go. Table legs, or cabinet legs, I should say. Okay. I'm going to take this and we're going to glue it on this pocket. Right up on that edge. And we're going to take this one. And we're going to glue it on the back, but right up above where it would have been where it was before we cut it. So then you have your pocket that looks like this, right? Let's glue that pocket down now. So down one side. I'm telling you, my glue is, yeah, I don't know why it does it. I don't know why it does it. It's annoying. But that bottle has a hole in the side, so I don't want to refill it. I want to switch out bottles. It's got a hole. But there's a bunch of glue stuck there because the glue comes out. But yeah, so watch, just sitting, it just burbles. Even if you put it upright. See how it's still coming out? Yeah. None of us know why it does it. And then, let's see. I've got some vintagey ladies. I do have this one still out on my desk that I took out last night. But yeah, she would cover most. She'd cover about half of that. Let's see. Whew. Heater down to medium on setting 1. I'm like dying in here. So I do have a bunch of these old, you know, old-timey ladies, but they printed when my printer was being stupid. So I printed them all in blue. So she take the back off here. Makes it a little easier to see where she is versus I mean, I could trim. I think I will. Trim really the paper really close to her for the moment because I want to see how much I need to trim off the bottom. Right there. Trim off her bottom. And then I'm going to do a kind of a wallpapering trick where I'm only going to do a small portion. I'm going to fold that back just so she's not fully sticky while I'm figuring out, you know, shimmying her in there. And stick her down and then peel off. Fairly neutral. Long drawer. This one also was a slide in from the side. So when that slides in, you can see the bottom half of the cabinet. When you pull it out, the whole cabinet's there. So we're just going to put that in there, call that good. I got to clean that corner space out badly. Let's see how we're doing here. Done better. Put my whale tail back on top of that for now. I'm gonna throw these away. All right, on to the hidden paperclip tag. I've never done a hidden paperclip tag before. I have done hidden paperclips. Yeah. Alright, so first things first, you need 2 pieces of cardstock. You need your outer and your inner. And your inner piece needs to be smaller, both width and length of your inner card. Go this way to make it easier, maybe? No, I think that's going to make it harder to see the difference. Maybe? Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You're not going to see this inside piece. It doesn't even have to be the same. because you're not going to see it. And it puts your paper clip on here. I recommend you use the big ones. This one actually has alcohol ink on it, so orange, but you're not going to see it necessarily. Now, if you want, you could cut a little slit in here and poke your paper clip out the top, which I think I will do actually. Let's see. Pen. So there to there. I should have my cutting mat out, but it's kind of a pain to get to. So I'm just gonna go like this, and we're just gonna go like that. So now when this gets glued in, paper clip will come out the top, and that's what you can tie your ribbons to. Now I do recommend that you decorate your tag, your outers, before you glue your insert in. Otherwise it's going to be all like and it's going to be hard to get things to lay flat. So again, I don't have a whole lot. I'm just kind of going off of what's on my desk. This goes this way. I got this. Not given a whole lot of thought to the decoration. Just gonna ink the edges here. Very carefully. This is very old, fragile paper. Again, it's from that 1920s entertainment newspaper. Put that in. We're going to put this down this side. Sorry guys, oh man. Now this is a little paper flower that I made out of sheet music. I thought it would be a good addition. It does create some bulk, so when if you're going to use something like this inside your journal, do you want to be weary of that? Just, you know, be aware. And I'm just going to put a little extra on the weavy parts. You can glue with just that center button if you want. And then I have a little pretty. around the corners here. Now you gotta remember, this is gonna be going over a page. You know, it's gonna be going like this. Say this is a book page. It's gonna be going like this over. So you need to decorate both sides. For the purposes of this video, I'm not gonna decorate both sides. Because once it goes in my book, my idea book, it's not coming back out. So, except for to remember how to make this. All right, so stick your insert in. Figure out how far up you want your pin if you're doing that off the top. If you're not, don't worry about that. That's where I want it. So you're going to come into the inside and you're going to put glue all over this. Make sure you get those edges really good. And also you want to make sure you get in and around your paper clip. Bring this in, bring it down, flip it over. Squishing down that front piece there that I just glued. Make sure it's gluing down. You see how it gets bumpy? It's kind of 6 of one, half dozen of the other. You know, gluing your center in, you got to deal with the lumpy bumpies of the paper clip. Gluing it in, gluing the paper clip in last. You have to deal with any lumpy bumpies that might be part of your decorations. So, do what works for you. Yeah, do what works for you. Okay. And we're going to give that put it on a flat surface, give it a nice squish. Make sure we're adhering. Quite setting right there. It's wanting to pull up instead. I've got an audio clip to listen to. I will listen to that in a minute. All right, so now your paper clip works like this. You stick your paper in between. Whoops. Want to push that all the way down. It will not move once it's glued. For the sake of demonstration, push it down from here. And then now you have a paper clip. Paper clip on that side. Paper clip on that side. I'm trying to be gentle with it because the glue's not dry yet. Then still staying pretty neutral. So let's get the brown. Let's see what else is in here. I'm in my bucket of scraps. You know, you could decorate. You can hang stuff off the bottom and lace off the bottom. You know, put laces on the bottom. All kinds of different ways to decorate it up. That's kind of a personal choice. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to mix this with this. Feed this through here. And I'm not going to do a flip through. I'm just going to do a quick little tie. Just like that. All right, so there we have today's video, catch-up video. So we have waterfall tag. So again, you have all this writing space. You can write on the backs of each of your flips if you have a writable surface on the back. And if you cover the back, you also have the back to write on. Tag made out of an envelope. Again, you've got a pocket. You can have a second pocket here if you don't do what I did. And if you cover the back, or if you don't mind having the seam of the envelope visible, you have writing surface on the back, and then you have a tag paperclip. Hidden paperclip. So let's take the picture for the thumbnail. We're going to go ahead and get these put in the book and see what we've got coming up next. So we have our waterfall tag. We have our envelope tag. And we have our hidden paperclip tag. Just not going to slide all the way in because of that flower, but that's okay. Hopefully those, that kind of keeps that above the book. All right, so the next three is going to be a fold out photo tag. Swing or a spinner tag, and secret note slot tag. Three more things that I've never done before. Okay, where did my elastic just go? Oh, it's hung up. So stay tuned. Keep an eye out for the next installment. I'm slowly, very, very slowly catching up. Thanks for tuning in, and we shall catch you in the next video. Bye! Peace out.